So let's read the question. In the given figure over here, we're given that side PR is longer than side PQ, and PS, that is this over here, bisects this angle over here, QPR. Prove that angle PSR, that is this angle, is greater than this angle over here. So let's begin. So the first step is write down what is given to us. The first thing given to us is PR is greater than PQ. Write it down. So PR is greater than PQ. So locate it in your figure. PR is greater than PQ. So look in the triangle PQR. So in a triangle, the moment you are given one side is longer than the other, we can apply the theorem. In a triangle, the longer side has a greater angle opposite to it. So PR is greater than PQ. So which is the angle opposite to PR? This angle over here will be greater than the angle opposite to PQ, that is this angle over here. So this angle, that is angle PQR. So I'll write over here. Therefore, angle PQR will be greater than this angle, that is angle PRQ. Write the reason in bracket. So PR greater than PQ, this is given to us. So the moment in a triangle you have one side greater than the other, apply this theorem. Angle opposite to the longer side is greater than angle opposite to the shorter side. Write it over here. So angle opposite to the longer side is greater, right? Next, what is the next thing given to us? The next thing given to us is PS bisects this angle. So whenever PS bisects an angle, that means it divides it in two equal parts. That means this angle over here is equal to this angle over here. I repeat, PS is bisecting this angle, so it is dividing this entire angle in two equal parts. So both these angles are equal. So let's say if this angle over here is X, this over here is also X, right? So go step by step. First write down what is given to you. Based on what is the conclusion we drew? This over here. Next we're given PS bisects angle QPR. So what is our conclusion? These two angles are equal. So write it down. So again, what is given to us? Write it down. PS bisects angle QPR. This over here is given to us. So write in bracket given. Based on this, what is the conclusion we are drawing? Both those angles are equal. So what are those angles? Angle QPS. Therefore, angle QPS is equal to angle RPS. And let's say we assume them to be X, right? So always go step by step. Write down what is given to you, draw your conclusion. What is given to you, draw your conclusion. Anything else which is given to us? No. So now we have to show that this angle over here, right? So I'll mark it for you. We have to show this angle over here is greater than this angle over here. So now what do we do? See, we have two triangles over here, triangle PQS and triangle PRS, right? These two angles are known to me. I know the relationship between these two angles as well. So because in a triangle I know two angles, let's say I know some information about these two angles. Third angle is still unknown. So let's do the angle sum property. So in each of these triangles, apply the angle sum property. So first of all, we begin with triangle PQS. So in triangle PQS, what does the angle sum property say? Sum of all the angles is 180. So this angle, angle QPS. So we have angle QPS plus this angle, angle PQS, plus this angle, angle PSQ, is equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? Angle sum property. So write it over here, angle sum property. Similarly, let's apply the angle sum property in this triangle over here. So we have in triangle PSR. So in triangle PSR, what are the angles? Angles RPS plus this angle, angle PSR, plus this angle, angle PSR. This is also equal to 180 degrees. What is the reason? Same, angle sum property. So once again write down angle sum property. So now what do we observe? In both these equations, the right hand side is the same. So because the right hand side is the same, that means the left hand side also has to be the same. So sum of these three angles is the same as these three angles, right? So let's say I call this 1 and let's say I call this 2. So from 1 and 2, we have this is equal to this. So let me rub all this off, and then we'll say this over here is equal to this. I repeat in both these equations, since the right hand side is the same, that means the left hand side is also the same. So now I'm going to equate these two left hand side. So let me first rub this off. So continuing, I prove from 1 and 2 we have angle QPS plus angle PQS plus angle PSQ is equal to angle RPS plus angle PSR plus angle PRS. Right? Now what do I know? I know that these two angles are equal. That means angle QPS we know as X plus angle PQS plus angle PSQ is equal to. Similarly, I know that angle RPS is also X. So this over here is X plus angle PSR plus angle PRS. Right? So if you notice on both sides of the equation we have X and X. So this cancels out. In case this is not clear, let's say I remove the X from here. I bring it over here. So plus X will become minus X. Right? So X minus X cancels out. So what do we get? So now we have, therefore, angle PQS plus angle PSQ is equal to angle PSR plus angle PRS. Right? This over is the equation. Now what else do we know? We have just concluded previously that this angle over here, angle PQS, is greater than angle PRS. I'll write it once again. See, earlier we concluded that since PR is greater than PQ, so we know that angle PQS is greater than angle PRS. Right? Why? Proved earlier. So you can write over here, proved earlier. So you can rewind and watch. This is the first thing we concluded. That is, since PR is greater than PQ, so angle opposite to PR is greater than angle opposite to PQ. So now we have angle PQS is greater than angle PRS. Right? So like we have done a question like this earlier. So whenever we have such an inequality and an equation, what do? Assume the values. So see, we know angle PQS is greater than angle PRS. So what is angle PQS? Let's say angle PQS over here is 100 degrees. Let us just assume. Now angle PQS is greater than angle PRS. So if PQS is 100, PRS has to be smaller than this. So let's say PRS is 80 degrees. I repeat, see, we know that angle PQS is greater than angle PRS. So assume any value for PQS and take a smaller value for PRS. Now 100 plus something is equal to 80 plus something. I repeat, 100 plus something is equal to 80 plus something. So what can you tell me about the relationship between these two? See, here I have a bigger value, here I have a smaller value. So in order to equate these two, what should be the relation between these two? This has to be smaller than this. I repeat, angle PSQ has to be less than angle PSR. Why? Let's say these two is equal to this two. Let's say this is equal to 180 degrees. Just assuming, right? So see, this plus this is 180. So if this is 100, what will be this? 80. Correct? Similarly, this plus this is 180. So if this is 80, what will this be? 100. So as you can see, this will be bigger than this. Right? So as you can see, this over here is greater than this. So since this plus this is equal to this plus this, since this is bigger than this, that means this over here has to be bigger than this. Think of this in two ways. You are playing a tug of rope. Here we have two players, here we have two players. Now here the player is stronger than the player over here. That means this player has to be stronger than this player. Only then it will be a fair fight. So you cannot have two strong players on one side and two weak players on one side. No, right? Let me rub this off. See, let me tell you another way of thinking of this. Let's say you're playing a tug of war. So two players over here, two players over here. Now angle PQS is greater than angle PRS. So this player is stronger and this is a weak player. Right? Now for the match to be a level fight, we have one strong player here, one weak player over here. So what can I say about these two? For it to be a level fight, this has to be strong and this has to be weak, right? Only if this is strong and this is weak, so now it's balanced. One strong, one weak, one strong, one weak, right? So what do I know about these two? This is stronger. That means, therefore, angle PSR is greater than angle PSQ, right? Which is exactly what we had to prove, so hence proved. So you have to apply a bit of logic in such type of situations. I repeat, whenever you have such a situation, right, that is sum of two angles is equal to sum of two angles, one angle is bigger than the other. Simple. Think of this as a tug of war. So the bigger angle is a strong player, this is a weak player. Now we have to match the team. In case this is bigger than this, so we'll have two strong and two weak players. Will it be equal? No. So if we have one strong player over here and one weak player over here, to balance it, we need one strong player over here and one weak player. So one strong, one weak, one strong, one weak, so the team is balanced, right? So if this angle is greater than this angle, that means this angle over here has to be greater than this angle. Only then the equation will be balanced, right? So whenever such a situation, solve it like this. So we've got angle PSR is greater than angle PSQ, which is exactly what we had to prove, right? So hence proved. So let me do a recap. First of all, begin with what is given to you. First thing given to us is PR is greater than PQ. The moment in a triangle you see one side is greater than the other, mark the opposite angles. So angle opposite to this is greater than angle opposite to this. Next thing given to us is PS is bisecting this angle. So these two angles are equal. Now what do? Apply the angle sum property here, angle sum property here. So this plus this plus this is equal to this plus this plus this. Now these two are already equal. That means this angle plus this angle is equal to this angle plus this angle, what we have over here. Now we already know that this angle is bigger than this angle. So for the equation to be balanced, this over here has to be greater than this. Why? Tug of war. If this is strong and this is weak, that means this over here has to be strong, this has to be weak. Only then one strong, one weak, one strong, one weak, equation is satisfied, right? So using the tug of war intuition, we can solve such type of situations, right? So we have angle PSR greater than angle PSQ, hence proved, right? So this is how you solve such type of questions.